That was the first word to say, too. Immediately demonetized.
Don't worry, it was going to happen before the session was over anyway.
Oh, I know.
All right, let me pull open
This is PG-13, guys.
Google Hangouts.
Actually,
We will
PG-13 is technically
you only
okay.
get one drop of the F-bomb.
Use it wisely. First 15
I still want to
seconds.
see a PG-13 Deadpool movie where they make a point about the fact that there's only one drop of the F-bomb, and then he waits for it for the whole movie, and then somebody else uses it, and he gets pissed.
Why isn't it showing my voice within window? Oh, it was minimized, so it couldn't see it? That's weird.
Ooh, fancy.
Turder.
Da, 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 da.
Now everyone can see my art.
Woot woot.
It's so bootyful.
Seriously, been there for like an hour. All of this.
Was someone trying to play the box game?
Yes,
What?
but no one played with me.
What?
Oh,
No,
I
I
was-
was not paying attention. I totally would have been playing squares.
Right? I was playing MTGA.
I taught my sister how to do that while she was not incarcerated. It's not the word. Admitted. There we go.
Incapacitated.
No, admitted is the word.
I know.
Insane in the membrane.
Insane in the brain.
She's
Sorry.
better at it than I expected her to be, and I was pissed. Okay, anyway.
Let's light this candle.
My miniature beholder doesn't look that great. Anyway.
So, Devin, care to do our amazing intro?
Yep, sorry. I just ate a cookie.
Cookie.
Sorry. It was a good cookie, but you asked me right as I put it in my mouth. I deserve that. Oh man. Okay. Yeah. When last we left our intrepid heroes, we had recently made it to Akros, where we had sought out the Temple of Afara and were gathering up some information as to what to do next when we heard about the Iroan games that are happening. And our lovely monk, Animeus, has agreed to enter said tournament despite having the handicap of not wielding weapons while everyone else can. As we are rather chaotic beings sometimes, we decided to search out the Temple to Phoenix and place some bets on our strange, stretchy boy. And we are going to see what's going to go from there. We met with Otis Cinderhoof, who is the merchant that told us where to find Phoenix's temple and how to get in on some of the gambling. So we officially have a dog in the fight, and he's hopefully going to have a little bit of advantage somehow. But yeah, that's all I can think of that happened last session. It was kind of a short session.
Yep. And then you ended up back at the Wizards Guild.
Oh yeah. And we asked the Wizards Guild to work with us in making some cool new exploding. I mean, some magical items.
DM wrings hands together in excitement.
If it goes boom, it'll work. I like it.
Then, at the end of the session, you three found yourselves in the library of said Wizards Guild, trying to pry Animaeus away from a massive stack of books.
I think we managed to finally convince him that I shouldn't be left to my own devices in a library. So I think he shuffled me out very quickly.
And with that, I will say that our good friend Kariki wanders his way into the library, trying to find you guys.
Where have you been?
Wait. Yeah, getting bored of waiting at the temple.
Kariki. We put bets and we found a library and there's magical items and there's going to be more explosions.
And all you see is Claude just face palming and rubbing his temples.
Should I be concerned about a pyromaniac being in a library? Like, we don't want no Alexandria thing to happen again.
Probably.
It's probably the least of your concerns right now.
Okay.
So that was my concern too. It's
I met a dude who was half goat.
pretty much as soon as he came into the library, I started moving very slowly and deliberately.
Wouldn't there be a lot of people who are half goat? Like, wouldn't that be like a normal thing on this plane?
Oh, by the way, watch your step when walking into the library.
Oh, yeah.
Why did you
Step, it's a
come on the
doozy.
floor?
Oh yeah, I forgot. There's a step in the library.
So have you
everyone
entered?
fell down.
Okay, so Brian, would you have entered the library already at this point?
I would probably be in the doorway, like what's going on?
Okay. We'll say you noticed the 6-inch step. Also,
Roll for it. He's got to roll for
Okay.
it.
also, if you're just standing in the doorway, it looks like a broom closet from the outside, but it's a big library on the inside. Think TARDIS.
Bigger on the inside. That's what she said.
Mm,
Yeah, it was a little too late. She warned me after the fact.
is that good enough to see the step?
you catch yourself as you step down the step, and you have that moment of, oh my god, I'm gonna die, right before your foot hits the ground.
Okay.
I almost broke my nose.
I wish you had. That would have been hilarious.
Do goblins have nose bones?
Probably. I mean, have you seen most of their noses? I guess it depends on the goblin.
Yeah. I don't know if cartilage can support all that.
It's all cartilage. There's no bones in a goblin.
So
No
they're
bones at
squishy.
all. They don't have bones anywhere in their body. That explains so much.
It does.
Anyways, I'll be confused at how all of you fit into a broom closet. Then I'll walk in the broom closet and understand, and do that whole Doctor Who. What? Step in, step out, step in, step out. What the hell? And then shrug, magic, and walk in.
It sums it up pretty well.
But I like you said something about magic items. I'm always down for some more bling. What's going on?
You didn't feel the earth shake earlier?
No,
Um,
I guess I wasn't privy to that earthquake.
the dude is trying to do something that I don't think he's capable of, or at least not to the specifications of Tarus. And I think he's failed once already.
Are you sure you want to fuck with earthquakes in a place with active volcanoes?
Yes.
It just sounds like a bad day.
No, it's not. Trust me.
Why is he messing with magic to make earthquakes?
It's not earthquakes, but it could probably cause one.
And as if on cue, another gout of flame comes rumbling out of the door down the hallway, and the ground shakes a little bit. You know, and you hear, "I'm still okay."
Right. If we wanted to do anything with Afara, we should probably get to that.
Also, you have about an hour left until the games start, or hit until Animeas's thing starts.
How long does it take to get there?
Half an hour of city traversal, depending on how bad the traffic will be.
And how long does it take to get? Wait, no, we're next door to the temple.
So we could pop over there real fast.
You
Burn
can
half
always
an
be
hour.
fashionably late.
Unless you're round
Which-
one.
Which skill is it that allows you to walk faster through a crowd? Isn't that a skill in this edition?
It's called use rope. I don't know.
It's called being height level of groin.
You just go through their legs.
If they don't get out of my way, they're going to wish they had.
With your nose, with your ball.
The
With
top
your
of
nose
your
ball.
mask, the top of your mask just hits them perfectly every single time.
I've got horns for a reason.
Just one of those scenes where, like, you see a crowd, people go, "Oh, ah, oh, oh," and then the truce just comes out in the front. Truce just rolls out like, "I told you to move."
These horns are not for decoration, they're also for impromptu prostate exams.
You took a page out of Hef's book, I suppose.
Fucking have. Alright, yeah, let's pop over there because
I forgot about half.
Therese is like looking at all of this paper and just like
Kindling.
it's just starting to just like sweat a little bit.
Like, as a sorcerer, you probably
Alpha's
just like
yeah, we need to get you
get
out
off
of here.
fire.
Like he respects knowledge, but also it's real tempting.
And then you got to think like, what would a fire do in that whole extra dimensional cabinet space? Like,
Right?
That's just
Like does
questions
it
need to be
does it
answered.
count as a broom closet sized fire? Or is it a room sized fire?
Do not
Like-
entertain this idea.
Like, could you be outside of the room, cast bonfire on the closet, and would it just be like in the bigger room, or would it be the entire room? You know, would the bonfire grow to match the room size? It's like
That
I don't
is
know.
an excellent question that we should leave before I find out.
And does it increase or reduce the range going through the doorway?
I mean, I think the safest thing would be to have that earthquake guy in this room, because I'm pretty sure earthquakes would stay inside of the room.
Therese starts scratching his arm.
But let's get out of here and go see Alfara.
Don't sound so disappointed.
I'm curious too. Like, if I shatter the door, will it break the whole room?
The librarian just like floats down the stairs. Like, hey, enough of that. Shoot, get.
You just call me a git? Get out of here.
Get. And he takes the broom and just starts like bumping Tarus in the butt on the way out. Just get.
All right, so
The
yeah,
good old
we're gonna head over to Forest Temple.
All right. as you head out of the Wizards Guild, you see Hef out there still waving his arms around, talking to these other two guys, and they're just like standing there, not even taking notes anymore, just rolling their eyes, like, "Oh, can we please get away from this guy now? Oh my god!" So yeah, but
Oh,
Hef
yeah,
doesn't
we
seem to
also-
notice.
Yeah, that was one of the other things we did last session was we convinced the leader of the Aroan Games to allow for magic users to have their own special tournament.
Like magic only tournament.
Like magic allowed. It wouldn't be like limited, but if somebody else wanted to join who wasn't magical, they would probably be at a kind of a distinct disadvantage.
I'm thinking like because you have like warriors fighting in the regular tournament, wizards dueling in the other tournament, and then the Gish people are just kind of like they're twiddling their thumbs. Because it wouldn't be a fair. I don't know.
Well, that was the thing is like the wizards didn't have a tournament. Like they couldn't. Magic is not allowed in the Aroan Games until we just convinced him to otherwise.
We convinced them by killing those vomit beasts.
Yeah,
Catopepus.
the Catopepus. Yeah.
That sounds
So
appropriate.
I'm gonna wave to my boy, and he's probably not gonna notice because he's knee deep in making up the rules for the Tri-Wizard tournament.
Oh yeah,
And,
he's got it flailing arms everywhere, just like talking, like doing little like illusions, trying to make things make sense to them, but they don't make they're completely incoherent because he's too excited. So
All right. So we're gonna head on over and head to the temple. We ain't got much time. We got half an hour. We gotta get in, talk to our god S, and get out of here. Why were we talking to her again? What do we need?
Just to check in. That's all I was planning on doing.
Oh, okay.
Just to tell them that we're here. That we
If-
made it after 3 years of journey.
it hurts putting it in
Look up to the heaven,
perspective.
hey God, just letting you know I'm here. Like, if you want to do anything, like now would be the time. Like,
In case the plan changed, or I imagine because we still have pretty vague instructions of what we're doing here.
Farah,
We're-
darling, give us some direction, baby.
We're just trying to knock some sense into Perforos, right?
I can slap him up a little bit.
I just don't know how you smack a god upside the head and knock some sense into him. You get a giant sandal and throw it at him?
La chancla.
Exactly.
something like that.
The distinct objective at this point was to get to Perforos, and Ifara would help keep him focused enough to create weapons that you could actually defeat Nyxborn easily with.
Oh.
So we're gonna become gods. We're on a mission from gods to be gods.
Basically. Okay. So you guys make it over to the temple, and it looks very similar to how the temple looked in Miletus. Big marble columns, a big fountain in the middle, with the statue of Afara on top, and water billowing out of the pot she has on her shoulder. And there is an altar on the far wall with some candles lit, but the place seems to be empty. There aren't any oracles in here like there were in Miletus.
Darn, I like the oracles.
They were fun to tease. You said there were candles?
Yes.
I am going to immediately go over and start lighting them one by one.
And they light.
Just to like
Just to do it.
he's gonna go over there and like he's gonna like flick his hand, like flick his fingers, and have just like a little flame ignite out of his forefinger and start pressing into each one of them. And as soon as the first one lights, he's just going to exhale loudly. It's like, oh, I needed that.
Some form of release. Man, I keep forgetting I don't have any of my files on this computer, so I'm having to Google everything as I go. Dang it. Okay. So yeah, you make it to the altar, lighting candles. Now what?
Charus is probably going to turn to Kariki and say, all right, what do we got?
Is there a priest or anybody?
The place is empty right now. But you did already make a connection with Afara, and she promised to help you, so you may have a direct line. You don't know.
We look at me. We are the Oracle now.
Okay, I guess I will. Since I can't find anybody there, like, hello? Nobody home? I guess they're all at the games. So I guess I will go to a knee, close my eyes, and like, I'm assuming there's a statue of her.
Yes,
There's an
it is.
altar at least.
Yeah, there is a likeness of her behind the altar, and there's a large statue on top of this big fountain in the middle.
Are we supposed to be looking at a fountain?
Is there an incense to burn or anything like that?
There were
Along
some
with the candles?
candles. Man.
So
Hello?
we are still on the. He said there was some candles, but I don't know if we're supposed to still be on the marketplace picture.
Yeah, I'm working on it.
Okay. I don't know. Just there have been times when I've forgot to drag the bookmark to different places. So when you mentioned a fountain, I was like, maybe we're not supposed to be on this picture.
Yeah, no, I'm struggling here. I'm gonna be completely honest. Stuff doesn't want to save properly.
Is it?
Why is the cat hiding behind people?
No, wrong page. Go away.
And why are there 2 copies of Jeremy that we haven't met yet?
Because reasons.
Why are the statue's eyes glowing? Is it demonically possessed?
Go away! I'm being chased.
By a cat.
Oh, you took a leap.
Okay, there we go. Minus the people, this is what it looks like. And statue of Afara top here.
Is this a little doggy? All right, I guess I'll approach the statue. Everybody wants to follow me.
Yeah, I'll tag along.
And
Far as a pretty cool chick.
maybe we'll get a cool new power up. Maybe like a new aura. Something. Kidding. And we I'll approach I guess I'll climb up the stairs to the altar, breathe in the smoke that's coming off of it, and close my eyes and begin talking to her in my mind.
Teresa is probably gonna just like sit cross-legged next to Kariki and let him do it.
Okay. All right. When you do this, the statue's eyes begin to glow, and you hear a voice in your head, familiar voice of Ifara speaking back to you, saying, "I see you made it to the city of warriors."
What'd you say?
Saying, "I see you made it to the city of warriors."
Yes, it was a long and perilous trip, but we made it.
It's been a long road
It is warm in here.
getting from there to here.
1 second, guys. Sorry.
It's been
3
a long
hours.
time, but my time is finally here. I can see in a dream.
So what are you doing, Claw? Like swimming in the fountain?
I'm actually gonna lean against one of the support posts and just kind of watch everything. I'm not going to go talk to Afara.
Out of curiosity, do your group have like the whole like Wookiee thing where you can't use your claws?
Considering the actual class, I can't use claws. I'm gonna say yes.
I thought you had that as like a racial thing, like
No,
a
no.
claw attack.
I wish, but I don't.
That's just okay.
It would make sense if I had a claw attack, but I don't.
I mean, the snake dude has a rap attack, right?
Mhm.
Natural.
Mm-hmm.
Pretty sure I'd have like a little chin tentacle thingy to creep folks out.
What book did you derive your Leonin race from?
I derived it straight from Lucas.
What are your
What plane?
racial?
What plane are you from?
Alara.
Alara.
So there's no book for Alara yet.
No.
Specifically Naya.
That shows like you. I was thinking about like I've never seen you like slash someone's face off when you're like in a rage. Gross.
Amonkhet,
Spear them.
Dominaria, Innistrad, Ixalan, Kaladesh, Zendikar. I guess there aren't actually catfolk in like any of those places.
There should be.
Well, I don't think Zendikar had catfolk, did it? I know Kaladesh didn't. I don't think Ixalan did. I don't remember them in Innistrad. Did Dominaria? They had Panther folk, I guess.
Yeah, Dominaria has Leonin. I don't understand what's going on here.
Cat. Don't want cathedrals. Don't want heroes of Talaria.
Okay, so yeah, as you say that, Kariki, everyone else who's around you sees Kariki's eyes start to glow. I agree, man. Oh my god, this is intense. And Kariki is standing in front of Afara in the palm of her hand, like pictured at this point. And she looks down at you and smiles.
Okay. Like, well, we made it. As you can obviously tell. Well, you probably have to do that because, God know where people are. Anyways, so what's the next step of the plan?
And now that you've made it to the City of Warriors, you must prepare yourselves for the journey into Mount Valus. That is the dwelling place of my brother. It is very treacherous. In his madness, he has created many machines, things incomplete. Yeah, machinations, things that are incomplete. They wander the halls of his domain. But once you arrive to him, call out to me, and I will be able to aid you in keeping his focus long enough to accomplish what we require.
Okay. What's the mountain called again?
Mount Valus.
Mount Valus. Couldn't we have gone there first before coming here?
No, you had to go past Akros anyway. Well, coming the way that you did, you wanted to get to Akros instead of going through One-Eyed Pass.
Well, I appreciate all that you've done for us so far, and I'm sure we'll get right on that after the games are over. One of your chosen ones is competing in the games today.
Oh, and she has a little smirk and says, "Oh, is that so?" He seeks the eyes of my brother Iroas. This could work in your favor.
Yes, figure the more gods on our side, the better. Every little bit helps, because this is a monumental task we have ahead of us.
She says, Iroas does not particularly have anything against Heliod, nor does he have any love for him. They simply exist. So maybe you will be able to convince him to get onto your side if you gain his favor. But there are no guarantees with my brother.
Oh yeah, there's no guarantees with any of the gods, but I think it's time for me to get going. But we have to go there and cheer him on, emotional support and all that. I'm sure you get.
She smiles and says, "Yes, I do. But though I cannot be with you through your journey, I may be able to aid you." And she'll take her other hand and she'll touch you on the forehead. And you feel this surge of thought. And you feel a direct connection with Afara. And she says,
Okay.
"Maybe I can be some assistance to you. Now, please be quick, my champion." And then you are standing amongst the others.
Begone, thought.
Like, okay, so is there? Are they around me? You said.
Yeah. You're still standing in the same spot as you were before. This all just happened in your mind.
I'm
But they're
like,
now closer.
Teruse is sitting next to you, and he's not concentrating enough to actually make the prayer, so he keeps like creaking open one eye to look at you to see what's happening with you.
Okay, so our next step after the games are over is to go to Mount Velis and fight our way to there. And once we get to the center chamber, we can call for her, and she will help us fight. Help us deal with our goal of dealing with Perforos. So we're on the road to Viridian City.
Awesome. All right, Anu. You about ready?
Let's go. How long was I out for?
Couple minutes.
I think as I breathed in that smelled good and passed out, so could have been longer.
What you were doing?
But-
Something? Your eyes were closed for literally half a second.
All right.
But let's get on the road again.
We've got our task. Let's go.
Yes.
Let's go watch our monk friend kick some. And he's gonna like pause for a second and go, "Do Acroans have tails?"
I was gonna say, go kick some everything.
I like the way you think. Let's go kick some everything, boys.
Okay, Brian, you have something in your journal now.
Ooh, fancy.
Okay, so you make your way through the busy streets of Akros. People are bustling about, talking about the games that have already happened, and name dropping about people who they're excited about winning, or maybe have placed bets on. Sorry if I could English. And you make it back to the arena grounds, and there's a big bustle around, and you see a short line outside of Hef's office, or not Hef, Zoltan's office.
Oh yes, the mighty Zoltan. Oh, we don't have a character entry for him.
Oops. I forgot. Welcome back. Okay, yeah, so there's a line outside his office. I'm working on the character sheet as we speak.
So like as we're going, like Tarus is gonna like motion for Animeus to squat down for a second. He's gonna hop on his back, and as we're walking to the games, he's just gonna be like giving him a shoulder massage and be like, "All right, we got this. You got this. Just believe in the me that believes in you," or something like that. I don't. Your fist is the fist that will pierce the heavens.
At that one, Enter gets a look in his eyes and like grasps his heart and like looks up to the sky. Just like the man himself.
Unfortunately, I am fresh out of a cup full of raw eggs to feed you.
I need 12 dozen eggs.
Oh my god, 144 eggs.
I thought it was 5 dozen eggs.
Wait, real fast. On your left, there's exactly 5 stairs. I need you to run up and down them, and then when you get to the top, just raise your fists in the air. We'll fix it in post.
Dun 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 dun.
Anu just like face palms and it's like I've been to that plane too, Taurus.
The plane of epic sports montages.
Essentially, yeah, I guess.
Yeah,
that really is what Earth is, right? Like, that's all.
Oh wait, I was thinking of the battle bond plane.
Yeah, probably.
Whatever that one's called, I have already forgotten.
Is that plane like is it held inside the eye of a tiger?
At least it's not inside the eye of a blue-eyed giant.
Okay, so as you come up on this line, back to the line, you hear people shuffling around inside, and you hear Zoltan barking commands at his lackeys, and they're taking people to different directions and out of his office. And the line is moving pretty steadily, so these people are moving towards different events.
Teresa's gonna like jump off on his back and like start walking in front of him and go, Zoltan, my man, don't worry, your champion's arrived. Everything's gonna be fine.
Says, yeah. Everybody's a champion until they get into the ring.
And Teresa's gonna like cross his arms and grin and say, the difference is ours will still be a champion when he comes out.
He smiles real big and says, and that's what I like to hear. And I feel like I could hear it from this guy instead of manager or whatever you're being right now.
Hype man, come on.
Hype man. And he turns back to Anu and says, so are you ready to fight some people without sissy sticks?
Oh god, I forgot that was a thing.
One of my eyes turns into a dragon's eye and I wink and I'm like, more than ready.
He says, all right. Well, he waves over a person, tells them that you're going into the armed combat. And the guy looks at you and just looks back at him. And he's like, no weapons? Don't ask me. Just take him.
It's armed combat, not sword combat.
So he'll lead you down some stairs to the right of Zoltan's office, and that leaves the rest of the group. And he says, the stands are over this way. If you want to watch and compete, there are 2 matches before him. So if you want to go in now or go in later, once your friend's ready, that's up to you.
So which way is the announcer's booth?
He raises his eyebrow for a second. He was like, oh yeah, you guys, oh god, I can't believe I agreed to let you do this. So he waves over another guy, and it's this short, pudgy little fella with thick curly hair, and
He's not short, he's the perfect height.
comes up to you and he's got like a surprisingly deep voice. He says, "Yeah, so you're gonna announce this next fella, or announce your friend?
Yeah, Therese is gonna nod.
Well, keep it clean. Follow me." So, and he'll lead you directly in behind Zoltan. There's like a hallway to the back, and it leads up.
Excellent.
All right, so that leaves Kariki and Claw.
Okay.
So,
Leaves me waiting.
standing in Zoltan's office. Zoltan, you haven't met yet, and he told you that go this away to the stands to watch the fights before Anu's, or you can wait and come back to the stands later when it's Anu's fight.
I'll go now.
Yeah, might as
Get
well
some
get
cheap
some.
beer.
Might as well get some entertainment.
Is there any cheap beer that I can buy on the way?
Yeah, there's going to be a stand where somebody is selling flagons of mead.
I feel like Grecians would much prefer wine.
Nah, man.
Can I get a? Can I get like extra large?
Yeah, that would give you an extra large, just like sack with a
Big
nozzle on
size
top.
people use, like-
Like, can I order a bucket?
They're actually running a special on the wagon flagon.
Oh,
And then after this deal, transpires, Claw is helping you carry a keg, a wooden keg, into the stands. You've got your own two mugs to go with it.
go for that.
I foresee Constitution rolls. Okay, so going into the stands.
Yeah. This is turning out exactly as I'd hoped.
Yes.
Alrighty then. So you guys make your way through the stands. And wait a minute, I have a separate tab for this. Never mind.
I was about to say, we find ourselves in another broom closet.
Yes, no. Okay. Stands wrap around this arena where you can stand and look down, or you can sit back above a few heads and have a decent amount of room to see. But right here, there is an empty, large seat, and it looks like more of a couch than it does just a regular, throne type deal, and it is currently empty. Ta-da! Okay. So, yeah. This is what the arena stands look like, with two entrances into the arena.
All right,
I'll
sorry
sit
about
down
that.
and
You're good, man. They have currently made their way into the arena.
Hey,
You missed the epic montage, though.
Dun,
part of it.
dun, 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 dun. Okay. So, as you make it into the stands, across the way from the entrance, you see someone that stands out significantly from the other people in the stands.
Stands out in the stands.
Yes. You you might say that they are look pretty gangsta because they always carry in the hood with them.
Rocks fall, GM dies.
But don't. But across the way, you see a Naga taking up like 3 seats. And said Naga notices you as you enter.
I mean, it's kind of hard to miss the fact that they're carrying a literal keg
Yes.
into the stands.
Oh yeah, you missed that. There's the Leonin and the oh my god, and the core both carrying a keg into the stands.
Which you probably know from being in this place for a little while that Leonin are kind of rare here.
Yeah.
And I don't know if you've ever been to I don't know if you've ever seen a core before, but they're definitely not something you've ever seen on this plane.
Oh yeah, definitely not.
Also, they have a keg, which is always cool.
Always seek the keg.
Which really more of a barrel, but yeah.
It's a barrel with a spigot on it.
A large spigot.
Yes.
I don't think they have the technology for a pressurized keg.
Yeah, it's just So I guess you guys also take up 3 seats, 2 in front, 1 back, as you just set it behind you.
Yes.
Yes. If only there was a wizard here who could cast prestidigitation and make our mugs chill.
I am preparing for my performance, sir.
I don't believe thaumaturgy can do that. Can chill a mug.
You should take up your complaints with Hef.
Oh yeah, Hef would definitely be the guy chilling mugs at a keg party, but only the ones in his hands, double fisting. Okay, so also, as of note, there are a lot of odd looks thrown Claw's way. A lot of, what is he doing here? Why is there a Leonin in the city? This is odd. Like, should we do something about it? Type looks.
So they're more bothered by the giant lion man than by the giant snake.
Well, I mean, you've made a name for yourselves already since you've got here. They've become a little more accustomed to you. And I think you had some kind of excuse.
Yeah, I mean, I guess I kind of look Gorgon-ish,
You look like one of Farika's people.
right? I guess we all look alike to you, normies.
I don't think anyone looks like me on this plane.
Oh.
I'm so mad my character's not with you guys. I would laugh at that.
Okay, so you guys are across the arena from each other at this point in time, unless you decide to make way towards each other.
Yeah, this keg's not moving anymore.
I'm going to kind of stay in my 3 seats. Do you know how hard it was to get 3 seats next to each other?
I mean, to be fair, if a giant snake man decided to take up residence in my like area, I'd probably let them have the seat.
No contest here.
Like, be like, no, you do you, man. Yeah, yeah. Just that's yours. It's yours. Keep it.
I'll stand like
I'll stand.
over there.
Is that a keg? Have a good day. I'll put over there.
Well, I'm still keeping my seat because I hate getting my tail stepped on. It hurts, damn it.
Yeah.
Just the tip, though,
Don't want to get the Jabba treatment. Don't want to get the remake Jabba treatment.
right?
Okay, so you guys take your seats. Claw's getting the weird look still. You can just feel him kind of burning into the back of your head, side of your head. How you take that's up to you, obviously. And go ahead.
With a mug of beer.
Did you say you take it with a mug of beer?
Yeah.
Oh, so you're a sorority girl.
Like, oh my god, guys. You just like shut up and let me drink.
Get my drink on.
It's like they haven't seen a pussy before.
I didn't even.
I don't need another one.
Wait, let me take a selfie.
So at this point, I'm pretty sure we've lost our clean rating.
I told you it was gonna happen one way or another.
So long, YouTube.
We can go back in and edit these things, right?
Yeah, but that requires effort. I'm the laziest DM ever. Remember, the only reason we record is so I don't have to take notes.
Just go and bleep these things out. It'll be fine.
Get a bleepus.
Oh my god, that would be the best thing ever. Every curse word is just covered up by Catobleepus. Catobleepus. Oh.
Ah, son of a catobleepus.
Get your catobleepus over here.
I'm gonna catobleepus. You and the catobleepus.
Oh, our sessions would be nothing but Catobleepus.
We could rename that session to the Catobleepus Chronicles.
Yeah, for sure. Okay, so
Right.
you guys have your seats. It is, a lot of people, bustling around, talking. There's a few places where people are, you actively taking bets before the fight, like just friendly personal bets between each other. But you don't really see, anybody of note from the deals that you made last session. It's all just kind of the normal people, mostly human, minus the Snake Man. You do see a few satyrs, but Otis doesn't seem to be among them.
I just want you guys to know that whenever I picture Otis, I'm just thinking Phil Titis from the Hercules movie.
Me too. Phil,
Yep.
Danny DeVito.
Yep.
But yeah, meanwhile, down in the prep area, you see a bunch of different people getting prepared on your side of the ring. They separated everyone into two different sides. A lot of people were already down there whenever you arrived, because it's like 15 minutes before the match starts at this point. The first match. And start handing everyone weapons. And from what you see, they are wooden weapons with like sponges on any of the edges where the blades would be, and they're rolling them in blue dye. So, and then one person,
System. Got it.
yeah. So one person's carrying around the thing of dye, and sorry, my mom texted me. Comes up to you with this thing of dye. She's like, "Okay, where are your weapons?" Just holds them out to you, or holds this bin of dye out to you.
I hold out my fists.
She just kind of turns her head off to one side, raises an eyebrow, and says, "Okay, you're
And,
serious?"
and my feet.
She just kind of furrows her brow.
Yeah,
and it's like,
monk can use it their entire body.
And then, and if she finally like
Need
dies
the blue
those, I
man
also give her my elbow.
so she'll just be like, okay, I guess put some down your knuckles and knees and heels, I guess. And she just kind of goes to hold it out to you and just here sets it down on a table next to you.
They should have made him wear sponges on his fists.
I go and get a bunch of sponges and I just like tie them onto my knees, my elbows, my feet, my hands, and my fingers.
For your
Oh, that's
buttock.
beautiful.
Using prestidigitation to like cut them smaller and like when I need to put them like, in my fingers.
Nice. One spongy boy.
Oh, and I also put one on my forehead. Can't forget that. Forehead action.
So you dip them in this dye, and it just smells like berries. Like it's got a nice, pleasant smell to it. So you can deduce that they were made for some type of berry juice. So, and then, as the first person is getting ready to go up, it's just this big, hefty dude with a short sword in his hand and a shield in the other. And she's going like, okay, so the rules are 5 rounds. 3 hits is the end of the round. Best 3 out of 5 wins. Going over no magic, no gear aside from what we gave you. Basically the spiel I gave you before. Simple rules. And if it doesn't leave a mark, it doesn't count as a hit.
I cracked my knuckles. Got it.
Okay, so yeah, back up in the stands, Taurus. The hefty, curly-headed guy sitting there in a chair, overlooking the stands, and someone comes up the stairs and says, "Okay, it's time to announce the first ones." Hands him a sheet of paper and points to the 2 that are going first. Says, "All right, go ahead." So he stands up, goes over to the edge of the podium, and says, "Onlookers, people here to celebrate the glory of Iroas. Please, may I have your attention?" And then everyone just kind of quiets down. Says, "It is that time again to pay tribute to our patron god, Iroas." And then everyone stands up and cheers, woo, yay. Lots of fanfare going around. People have like a hollow wooden blocks beating them together, pa, 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 getting excited. And, as they say that and the crowd, gets excited and the cheering swells, a centaur appears in the empty seat. Like in his the shadows glowing with the starfield of Nyx.
Like in the empty chair, like close to me, or is it like across the?
No, across on the
Okay.
level below where you are.
Nice.
Yeah,
Does he look regal, or is this just like a?
Hold up, I'm getting
Getting a
this
picture.
ready. Laziest DM ever. Remember?
Yeah, that's why I wasn't expecting a picture. I thought you were just going to describe them to us.
No, the picture is a little bit easier for me to deal with because I can't English. Oh my god, I'm gonna have to crop it. Anyway, he's sitting over there and he's got a big spear in one hand and he's raising his arms, rallying the crowd, and everyone just everything the praise swells once again. Why does it always change this stuff? Oh my god.
Hey,
Hey, they be.
it's your boy Iros.
Yep. And he seems only slightly larger than any centaur that you may have seen anywhere else. And he's standing in front of this chair, rallying on the crowd, and people are praising, glory of Iroas, all this fun stuff. And everything swells. The person says, "First, in our first match, coming out of the west doorway, is the horned heroine herself, Adira Carmel." And as you hear this, this person steps through the doorway, holding
Ooh.
2 hand axes, and you notice the symbol of Avacyn if you've been to Innistrad on her wares, but she is currently wielding 2 wooden axes. And she'll just walk out stern-faced, doesn't praise, doesn't try to get the crowd any worked up at all. She just walks out with her axes by her sides and just looks around.
Terus is going to make a mental note to introduce himself later to try and get her a hype man. And what did you say her name was?
Adira Carmel. I will type it.
And her opponent is Random Mook.
Yep. Hold on a second. Like I said, the laziest DM ever. I had all this stuff saved on the other computer, but yeah, it didn't happen. And coming through the opposite doorway for his 18th Iroan Games in a row, we see Corlix and his Fists of Fury. And he comes out wielding a single wooden spear. And he just leaps out of the doorway, does this big flourishing spin and holds up his hands, like raises the crowd, slams his hands against his chest, and draws a line in the ground with his spear, and just like, puffs his chest, slaps his chest again, and says, "Get over here," this motioning, "Bring it on" type stuff to Adira, and Adira just stands there, cold-eyed, looking at him.
She's as cold as ice.
And the announcer says, "Now for our first game." Excuse me. "And now our first match begins now." And as soon as he says "now," Corlix just dashes across the arena at Adira, and he comes up to swat her in the side with a spear, and she simply jumps over it and smacks him on top of the head with the blunt side of one of her axes, and steps over him and just stands, at the ready as he hits the ground behind her, like in the opening to the doorway. And the announcer says, "And that is one hit for Adira. Let's see if Corlix can come back from this." And for a while, they come back at each other, exchanging blows. So first round's over, start over. Adira getting the first round, Adira again getting the second round. And at this point, Corlix is getting frustrated, visibly frustrated. And he comes at her, and Adira takes advantage of it, sweeps his legs out from under him, and just bludgeons him in the face with one of the axes. And while he's down, she gets, straddles his chest, smacks him with the axe again, smacks him with another axe, throws both the axes out of her hands, and you can hear her just cackling as she is pounding this guy's face in. Just thump, 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 blow after blow after blow. And, two people, run in there and grab her off of him. She throws a couple of elbows, knocks them off of her, and tries to go back at him again, and then just goes, calms herself, wipes the blood off of her fists, slings them, and then just walks out of the arena. And the arena's quiet.
Tarus is going to just let out a cheer, just like, yeah!
And the announcer says, "As we've already seen proven time and time again, Adira has the fires of Mogus burning in her. Let's hope it does not get the best of her." And they drag Corlix out of the arena because he has yet to regain consciousness.
All right.
Next up.
Yep. Next up, it's just another round of fighters. It's not particularly interesting. Just two guys duking it out. Definitely not as many big swingy moments as in the last one, but they put up a good fight with each other, and continue on with the tournament. Iroas rallying up the event goers, between every match, getting people excited. And then it comes to the third match. And Animaeus, they push you up to the edge of the arena into the gates, letting you know that you are up. And then the announcer will gesture for Toulouse to introduce you.
Therese is going to kind of step up and he's going to press the digitation so that his voice will carry across the arena a little bit better. And he's going to say, "My lords, my ladies, warriors of Iroas, and everyone else here not sitting on a cushion, today you find yourselves equals, for you are all equally blessed. For I have the pride, the privilege, nay, the pleasure of introducing to you a monk sired by the gods themselves, a man who can trace his lineage back beyond Ajami's lament. I first met him atop a mountain near Udana, praying to Keranos and asking his forgiveness for the rivers of returned blood spilt by his fists. Next, he amazed me still further in Iretus, from when he saved the entire city from the would-be ravagings of a genderless nonce. In Asphodel, he spent a year in silence just to better understand the sounds of his own dreams. And so, without further gilding the lotus, and with no more ado, I give to you in his first appearance in the Iroan Games the Seeker of Serenity, the Furious Fister, the Harrowed Hearer and the Enforcer of Afara, the one, the only, Sir Animaeus of the Blind Eternities."
Toulouse, point of inspiration. And the crowd is just going wild at this. They love. I was waiting for the comment.
That was such a good one, though. Like,
You know you loved it, Jeremy. Shut up.
You're not wrong.
Oh God. Okay. What am I gonna do with you guys? And the announcer just, you look over to the announcer and how the crowd's going wild, and he's just like, "That was pretty good." Oh my God! I had this character's name written down, and you just made me completely lose it. God dang you!
So like as this is happening, like I imagine the other announcer is like looking through his paperwork, trying to figure out who his opponent is supposed to be.
He's like,
Like, he's
is.
forgetting it.
Yeah, he's forgetting. He's coming through trying to find. He's like, oh, okay. And now, the Furious Fister's opponent, we have Silas, the mini. God, I can't even keep my composure now. Whatever. Her name's Silas. The crowd goes wild. I can't do it. And she steps out wielding two short blades, kind of looking like daggers made out of wood, and she is ready to go. She is down, in a combat position as soon as she comes out of the gates. And now the announcer says to everyone else, and now our third round of combat begins now. And roll initiative.
Yeah.
Yeah, very nice. All right. So at this point, it is a 25, no, I'm going to say 30-foot radius sphere in all directions except where it comes out a little bit for the door. The door is on either side. So it is just empty, and all you have is what you've been given. So this this Silas is going to be down at the ready, taking a defensive posture.
All right. So I hope you didn't stalk this character, this opponent too ridiculously, because now I have to live up to everything Tarush just said. So I walk out with 3 casts of prestidigitation all over me, so the air is shimmering in my wake. My footsteps sound 3 times as heavy, and I look a bit taller than I really am, which is already pretty tall. But and since this isn't magic, it's a trait effect. I activate Fey Presence as I get into range to her.
And what is that spell save? And what is that save DC?
15.
Dang it.
What?
I had advantage on accident.
Oh. Damn it.
Yep. Okay. Well, man, I've forgotten how to turn this stuff off. You've got to be kidding me. Okay, no, that works anyway. So yeah, she does not seem deterred by your intimidating presence. And she stands strong, ready in her defensive posture.
What? I'm guessing you're using the 20 that you rolled first.
Yeah, because of things that are supposed to be happening anyway that I forgot about. So yeah. I still don't know how to turn advantage off or check it in the stuff
on-
that I've grabbed over.
Is it an NPC?
No.
So you rolled them up as an actual character sheet?
No. Well, it's on a character sheet, not as a character. So I'm trying to figure this out. Like it was a drag and drop type deal.
Okay, then it should be as an NPC. If they're, let me see if I can pull up an example. Da-da-ba-ba-da-da. So on the character sheet, if you're looking at the screen cap, if it looks like this, like an NPC.
Yeah.
If you click on this little gear up here, it should give you this awful looking area.
Oh, okay.
And if you scroll down, it'll say roll queries and whisper rolls to GM. I always query advantage so that it asks me if there is advantage or not. And then always whisper rolls so that I can hide my rolls from my players.
Okay. I'll get this figured out in a second. Be right back. God fucking damn it. I have to go to Maryville to pick up my fucking sister. People
What's that?
Yeah, the people who she was supposed to be staying with. I told them they had to bring her back, and now they're backing out of it, so I have to go.
How long do you think that's going to take?
It's going to be an hour because Maryville's 30 minutes away. Yeah, I know. It's always some kind of stupid bullshit like this.
So it's currently 6 o'clock. If we sojourn until like 7-ish, then we should be able to come back and get like an hour and a half more of playtime.
Yeah, I already told Danielle we're going later because of this setback that wasn't supposed to happen. So I'm gonna say like 9:30 is our cutoff time now.
Is Brian going to be able to do that? Didn't he say he had something else to do?
I don't know.
Right.
Beep, beep. You there? Brian? Guess not.
Okay, query advantage, full damage. Okay. Well, at least we got that little thing sorted. But yeah, I have to leave like now. So I'll be back by 6, hopefully. Or 7. It is 6.
Do we want to pause the hangout share or what?
Yeah, I'll have to create a new one later, but I will send it to everyone.
Okay.
So this is gonna be cut into 2.